Hello, Mr. Beard here with your speech class recap for Monday and Tuesday, the 1st and 2nd of October. These 2 days we're working on skills, and one of the best things I've found for working on skills is to look at sample speeches so you can see some of the deficiencies in your own speech and some really good speeches. A couple of common areas we've struggled is one, conclusions, but more importantly, enthusiasm. Having enthusiasm for your topic, having belief in what you're presenting that it is valid and worthwhile of our time. When you are bored with a speech or presentation, oftentimes it's because the presenter comes across as not caring. They don't care enough about their presentation to engage you, to grab your attention and pull you into that speech or that presentation. So we looked at a couple speeches that had high energy, a lot of enthusiasm. They cared. They obviously cared about their speech and their presentation. We looked at three. The first one we looked at is Jimmy Valvano's 1993 ESPY speech. As a quick setup for this speech, Jimmy Valvano was a basketball coach who took an underdog NC State team to a national championship in the 80s, and then less than a decade later was diagnosed with terminal cancer. This speech took place shortly before he died, and he knew he was dying, and he kind of ruminates or thinks about, philosophizes on life and what's important in life, and he's completely engaged. Obviously, I mean, his life is almost over, and yet he's upbeat, and he's just sucks you into this speech because he's such a good speaker and he cares what he's talking about. That's the first speech that we looked at. I'm not going to go to it right now because I want to keep this short, but the next speech is Ray Lewis pregame speech at Stanford, at a Stanford basketball game. And if you know anything about Ray Lewis, if you've ever watched Monday Night Football, he's very engaged, very enthusiastic, almost to the point where he comes across as insane. But it's so enthusiastic that it's almost contagious. So you need to watch that. And the third speech we watched was actually a presentation on this show called Shark Tank, a recent IU grad, still a young kid, 20, 21 years old, presenting his idea for a new coat check-in system. But he's so into it that even though he doesn't have a very good business plan, he is able to interest some of these billionaires to finance his plan just because he's so engaged and so high energy. So take a look at those three videos if you were not here today or Monday, and I want you to take away a couple things. One, how contagiously enthusiastic they are. Two, some of the conclusion and rhetorical devices they use. And then I want you to, on the Jimmy Valvano speech, do a speech analysis that looks like this. I will post all three videos and the speech analysis questions on My Big Campus and on our class website. If you remember how to get there, go to Google, type in Beard Speech. It will be the top choice. That's all for today. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.